Very good evening to you, my friends, my old friends, and my new friends. I hope after this, some of us will become best friends. My name's Stick Marebo, and I am originally from Africa, but I was born in Jamaica, and I grew up in Jamaica. I've not been to Africa yet, but I'm African, and I've been living in Australia for a long time. So long I've become a grandfather here, so there's a bit of a history. I've spent some time working in commercial radio. I've toured a few reggae artists, mainly from Jamaica and the UK. And every time I bring an artist to the shores of Australia, I always try to find something a little bit different to do with them, to introduce them to some fans who will probably see them in a concert setting, but wouldn't get to sit down and have a little bit of an intimate conversation and talk about anything and everything. And tonight, we've got one of Jamaica's favorite son and definitely one of my favorite artists, all the way from Kingston, Jamaica. Ladies and gentlemen, make him feel welcome. Put your hands together for Mr. Anthony B.
Yaga, 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 yo. Greetings. Greetings, and I want to say thanks to everybody for turning up. Yes, because it's good when we plan things in life, but it's good when we turn up. Yeah, so thank you very much for turning up. Thank you for being here. Beautiful faces, beautiful smile. Everybody looking so good tonight. I'm happy. Yes, it's summertime now in Australia, right?
That is correct.
Yes.
But we're in Melbourne, so you can experience all four seasons in one day.
Wow, that's true. That's true.
This
Yeah, 'cause I remember I called and I said to you, look, like everything is gonna rain out, 'cause the rain start fall so hard, and by 10 minutes, that hard rain wasn't no more. You understand? So give thanks to be here, and I'm hoping I'm here for you all tonight. Yes, so you feel free to ask any question, and let's have a conversation. Let's have a wonderful, memorable moment. Thank you very much. Yeah.
we're gonna get to some questions from the audience later, but um, I just have a few questions that I've been asking people ever since we started talking about Anthony B as a possibility to come to Australia for the Jamaican Music and Food Festival. There've been some questions like, and I couldn't answer them. So, on behalf of some of your fans, I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Yeah, give thanks.
And yeah, so first of all, we want to start where it all started because obviously you were born somewhere, and we'd like to know where you were born. Do you have siblings? Where did you grow up?
Yeah, I was born in the beautiful island of Jamaica. I was born in a parish called Chilani. Yes, in Jamaica, we have 14 parishes. So a parish is like a city, you understand? And I'm from a country city, which is called Trelawney. So it's not a city built up like Melbourne. It's more like farming people. We plant a lot of yam. Yeah, that's the same parish that Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the world, is from. Yeah, so I'm proud of that little parish. It's a very peaceful parish. It's next door to the same parish that Bob Marley is from, St. Ann, and Marcus Garvey. Yes, out of Trelawney, I think we have the first superstar from Trelawney that I grew up to hear about was called Millie Small. Yeah, my boy lollipop, yeah, pop, pop, you make my heart go giddy up. So that's our first Trelawney artist. And the second one that I hear about was a selector. He played a famous song in Jamaica called Metro Media. He's called Sky Juice. So he called himself the Big Belly Man. I don't know if you see that selector lift up his shirt and roll his belly, and yeah, so that's the next. So these are the two most popular person I grew up in my parish to know about. So when you say to somebody in my parish, oh, I want to become an entertainer, it's like you become a gimmick. They laugh after you. They be like, "You're dreaming, man." You understand? So I had to leave Trelawney as a young child come to Kingston because when you want to do music in Jamaica, Kingston is where all the studio is at. So all the producers, all the talent builder, it's in Kingston. So it doesn't matter which part of Jamaica you're from. Just like Bob Marley had to come to Kingston, Burning Spear had to come to Kingston, Barry Salmons had to come to Kingston, Peter Tosh is from Westmoreland and he had to get to Kingston. So I realized that okay, it's not gonna work for me if I don't get to Kingston because these are the great artists that we grew up listening to: Bob Marley, Burning Spear, Peter Tosh, and if all of them have to go to Kingston, so this is what I decide to do. I decide that I got to get to Kingston, but I couldn't look at my parents and say, well, I'm 13, I'm 14, and I want to go live in Kingston because I want to become an entertainer. So I had to run away from home. I don't advise no one that is something. But that's what I did. To become what I am today, I had to run away from Trelawney, come to Kingston. And in Kingston, I got an uncle that he was living in Kingston at the time. So when I turn up at his gate and tell him that I want to stay in Kingston, he was like, "You're crazy, man. You're mad. Anybody know you're in Kingston? Or you get to Kingston? Or you understand?" So, but he didn't take me back to my mama in the country. So I give thanks for that. You understand? He let me stay there and he gave me the opportunity to go do what I want to do, even though I was more like a slave there. You understand? I have to do everything around the house. Anything you want to be done, I have to done. If his car is broken down, I have. So, but I give thanks for the journey. So nothing come easy. That's what I learned. So I'm from that little place called Chillarney. Yeah.
So you touch on the young days, growing up in Trelawney, before you get to 13. Have you got brothers and sisters? And how did you actually know that music was for you?
Well, I got one brother who, at that time, when I was like 10, he died at the age like 4. So at that tender age, I lose my brother. I get a sister when I'm about 16. So I'm like 16-year older than my sister.
The role model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Big her up, Nanny, Nanny. So my mama name her Nanny after Maroon. Nanny is the one of our what we call heroine. Yeah, our
national hero.
national hero. So Nanny is the only female in all our national heroes. Nanny is the female hero. Who she's from the Maroon. She was one of the fighter who fight for Jamaica independence. Yeah, so that's who my mama named her after. Nanny. Big up Nanny after Maroon. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back to this question because it's been asked of me several times. How did you know that music is the career path for you?
Well, I was going to school to become an accountant. That's what my family want me to be. They want me to go into accounting because they say I can remember things, I'm good at number. But I was always listening to a neighbor we got is a Rasta man and he's always playing Peter Tosh music. So listening to Peter Tosh music, sometimes when my mama say to me go clean or go do something in the yard, I would run away just to go listen to Peter Tosh music. So I was saying to myself that it sounds like if this man say to me run, I would run faster than what my mama say. So I from there I start to feel that inspiration that this is I want to be like this person. You understand? I would like to be like Peter Touch. I would like to be also convincing to somebody else like Peter Touch is convincing to me. Because your parents, oh, you're bad and you don't listen, but then every time you hear Peter Touch music, I don't want to leave. I want to just stay and listen to his voice, listen to his music. So Peter Touch was the man who really inspired me to do music and to be what I am today. So I say I want to do music on that level with a consciousness, with an impact. I don't want to become one of those entertainers who just sing for the money, sing for the fame, and sing for the wealth, and just say anything come out my mouth and anything me feel like. No, I want to make music that my mama could listen with her friends and feel good, like, oh, this is my son, and she don't have to be saying, oh, my son can't sing that, he didn't. You understand? So that's where the inspiration come from Peter Tosh music.
So in the journey, did you have a mentor, like someone that took you and nurture you in the music, like bring you?
Well, not in the inception. You understand? In the inception is more about you believing in what you do. But when I get to Kingston now, that's where I get to meet Richard Bobo Bell. That's from Star Trail Records. So he was the producer of Garnet Silk, Everton Blender, Barry Sammons. So when I get to meet him now, he was like a father to a child, like cause I'm a child who grew up with my mom only. I've never grew up to be introduced to a man and say, "This is your father." You understand? So I'm that kind of son. I'm a single mama child. So I grew up with my mama. My mama is like everything to me. So Jairus her soul, she passed away in the COVID 2020. So give thanks. And so this is how I really get started out with Richard Bobo Bell from Star Trail. He become that. So he's like the first producer, not just producer, but the first father I really have. You understand? Because when I meet him, I got no shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And he buy me shoes, buy me clothes, and you understand him start to ask, check up on me, make sure I'm okay, and how you doing, where you sleeping, where you staying. So he was more concerned about my welfare at first, even before we start to do music. You
Yeah.
understand? So that's why today he's like my father, same way. Yeah, man.
Now, I remember that most artists, most DJs, singers in Jamaica, they get their big break from being on one of the local sound systems. Were you affiliated with any of the sound systems in the early days?
Yeah, I used to DJ on a sound system called Shaggy Hi-Fi. And then I come to Kingston, I was DJing on a sound called Black Magic. Understand? So Black Magic, these are none of the sounds that make it big like Stone Love are. But these are community sound. Because Jamaica is a place like that. Every community has its own sound system. Every community has its own dance hall. So it's the same thing. That's where you start to make your name first. In the music, every art, you could go into any community and they say, okay, this is the next youth who is gonna become a superstar because the community as well already get familiar with his stuff, trying to tell him to go out. Sometimes the community encourage you, oh, you must go out, man, you must try to go to the studio, try to, you understand? So a lot of community encouragement too, you understand? That's where a lot of the community encouragement. So Black Magic is the sound I would say we could work out on anytime.
Yeah.
And every Wednesday night they would have a show called The Greatest Show on Earth. You understand? So the Greatest Show on Earth was kept on a roadside at a bar. So every Wednesday we block the road. You understand? So people who live in that side have to drive around people who live in that side. So this is how it used to be in that time. You block the road and you call it street dance. So every Wednesday, hundreds of people would come out till it grow into thousands of people would come out. So this is more like a talent show. So every Wednesday, different young artists we come together and we show our talent there. And sometimes Shabba might pass through, a Ninja Man might pass through, another big superstar who is already a popular artist. Sometimes just come and give you a strength, guys. So it is free to the public. It is not something you pay to go. So that's where that was like the development of the talent. That's
Yeah.
where we get to start exercise the sounds and ride rhythm and drop off a rhythm and learn to ride keys, learn to build melodies, and so that was like the schoolroom.
Yeah, once I started to publicize that Anthony B is coming to Australia, I keep getting requests from a lot of people, like lots of people in music around the country to who wants to collaborate with you, asking, like, would he sing on my rhythm? Would he sing on my album? Would he sing a song with me on something or another? And I just wonder if you ever um, if you ever travel around the world and hear a song that you made that you didn't even remember that you've done that.
Yeah, it happened. Yes, it happened. And sometimes a local feature comes sometimes just because we say music is an energy. Music is a vibration. I was in Solomon Island. And when I went to Solomon Island, I went to the rehearsal and there was a band playing. They was gonna open for me in Solomon Island. So when I listened to them playing, they were playing so good. I was like, you ever been to Jamaica? And they said, no, 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 we have never traveled from Solomon Island. So I asked them, are you a professional band like? And they said they're a group. They're not just a band who play, but they are a group. You understand? They call
Yep.
themselves DMP. So I say to them, well, after the concert is over, I want to go to the studio with you. You understand? So I was there for 2 extra days. The concert is over the Saturday. Went to studio the Sunday. And we start to just play around, then we come up with some melody, and that's a song that's a song that give them the break right now in Solomon Island. They are like the first big reggae act out of Solomon Island because of that song.
And DMP represents big time reggae
Yes.
in Solomon, not only just in Solomon Island, but they're very popular
Yes.
in Australia as
They
well.
are, they are, they are, they are. So this is how it all started out. It's just vibes. I was just listening to them and yo, these youth sound, and they start to give me their story. Their story was just like mine. Why we're poor, we're in poverty. We can't buy shoes, we can't buy food, we can't buy things, but and we don't know how we're gonna make music because we can't afford studio time. You understand? So this is how it all started out. And
Yeah.
so big up Victor, cause Victor Lopez is the virgin, is a selector from Australia, and he is the one who really introduced me to them in the rehearsal. You understand?
Yes.
So Victor Lopez, big up yourself anywhere you are. Big up my Australian virgin.
Yeah, Victor has actually helped me quite a bit with publicizing your dates and
Yeah.
everything. He's very generous with his time when it comes to you.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Victor Lopez.
So no, for me, like me personally, I look up to you as a conscious reggae artist, and you know because I'm an older Jamaican man or older man from Jamaica, I like the consciousness of reggae. People try to differentiate the music, and some people call in one part of it dancehall, and then they say dancehall is different from reggae. My opinion is that reggae is reggae, and it includes dancehall and everything.
Yeah, reggae is the thing,
But I want to know from you how you feel about where reggae is and where it's going. Is it in good hands?
Well, I would always say this to everybody who asks me that question. I think reggae is in great hands, and reggae has always been what we say the vibration of the people. Reggae has never been that commercial music that has get promoted and get the money behind that music to be globally. It's the globalness of reggae music come from the message of the music. People might not understand every words of the song, but they understand the message. And for me, reggae is the only music that sing about every social commentary. Understand? As I say to Sister Sarah, that many other music, you have music that just sing about, oh, I love you, girl, I love you, girl, and okay, that's a love music. And next music sing about gangster life, and but in reggae sing about every little thing. Reggae sing about politics, sing about love, sing about war, sing about mix up racism, discrimination. So reggae sing about the environment, reggae sing about the universe, reggae sing love of animal love. So reggae is that kind of, to me, and that's why it is so universal, because it is saying a lot of things that many people in the world want to say. So reggae become their vice. Reggae is like a vice of the viceless. So that's why reggae music is so powerful to me. With dancehall music now, why they're trying to differentiate is because dancehall music is a very party vibe music. So most people who enjoy dancehall music don't even understand many of the lyrics they're saying in dancehall music. They just dance to the beat, and the beat is nice because dancehall music is a good energy music. It's a good party music. So I don't think it's in a bad state. I just, as I say to you, that what reggae stand up for is naturality. Reggae stand up for family. Stand up for people loving each other, caring about each other. Reggae stand up for the environment. So when you put the topics that reggae stand up for, sometimes it go against what the commercial market is promoting and the agendas of the commercial market. As I say to you, we're not gonna sing a song in reggae music and tell you to leave your baby hungry and buy a Louis bag. You're not gonna hear that in reggae music. We
No.
prefer gonna tell you, take care of your baby, forget about the Louis bag. So with the commercial appeal, that don't sit well in the commercial market. Because commercial market is about profit. It's about profit, 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 profit. It's never about importance. It's never about humanity, and that's what reggae music is. And I think that's why Bob Marley keep growing, growing, growing as the century grow. Because the more people get the message out of reggae music, is the more they love it, is the more they want to play it for their child. They want to introduce it to their young one, their grandkids. There's many music that people listen in their time that they don't want their kids to listen. You understand? They come in the car, they turn off that music. Okay, turn off that music because the children is in the car. If you're gonna have a party, you're not gonna play that music because the kids is here. So, because we are adults, so there's many things that we might listen to, but we don't want our kids to because it's so contaminated. And I think that's the great thing about reggae music. It is you when you get to sit down, listen to it, and break it down to somebody who don't understand it, instantly they walk away, become a fan. Yeah,
Mm.
so reggae is in a great place. I just think it needs more, more, more promotion. You understand?
Yes.
So I think more radio people, more DJs, as much more as we can push this message because we should realize that there's a double agenda out there, and reggae music standing up for the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a big fan, like I said before, and in my opinion, you have a whole bag of hit songs. How do you start a song? Like, do you wait to hear a rhythm, then you go write some lyrics, or do you have some lyrics and a melody, and then you go and find somebody to build your rhythm? How do you start a song?
Well, it can in many different instances. Sometimes you might get a rhythm, and the rhythm itself playing some melodies, and you might just listen to the rhythm and say, "Oh, this so sweet," and the song come. And next time you might having a conversation like we're having right now, and somebody say something, and it stay in your mind, and it become something that you want to talk about. It become a topic that you would like. So you go home, sit and get your pen and start to scrumble something together, and then you might go look a rhythm for that song. Another time you might just go into the studio, you might just be on the plane, you might just wake up and find yourself with a melody, and it is so sweet. You spend the whole day on it. So there's no, as what we say, being a writer will tell you they got writer's block because their mind is somewhere else. But that's why they make the Vice demo tape.
Yeah.
You understand? Because you might be on the plane, get a melody, and if you don't capture that melody, when you come off the plane, you don't even remember it. Understand?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
2 months down the line, you might hear somebody else singing a topic, and you say, "Whoa, but that's what I was writing about," and forget about it. Because for me, energy never die. So if it come to you and you don't capture it, it shall transcend to someone else. And this is
Yeah.
how this is my experience through music.
Yeah.
You understand? So there's many different ways of writing.
I don't see um I can't think of any other reggae artist that is as busy as you are. Like when I look at last year, I look at the places you've been. I just wonder when you get some time when you're not working, what do you do? What do you like to do? How do you chill out?
Well, when we get time, we still have to be working. We still have to be creating. Yeah, when we're not on the road, we're in the studio making music. Or I try to get some, whenever I get as much time, I try to do some things with my kids. Understand? Or cooking, doing that, planning the next move for my children, what they, you understand? So being a father and being a musician is like you have two jobs. So when you're not being a musician, you have to go be a father. Because when you walk through the door, your kids don't say, "Okay, Anthony B, welcome home." They say, "Welcome home, daddy." You see? So now it's time for daddy duty. Yeah,
Yeah.
so when I'm not on the road, and I'm always trying to create music or spend as much time with the youths as I can.
I've touching on the kids. I've got four grown-up children, and I've spent several years being a DJ, and now an events promoter. And none of my kids they're not interested.
No,
No.
no, because they see the amount of time that you spend to do what you're doing. It's like me, see, none of my children is into music.
Right.
Yeah, my son is into
That's
soccer.
where
See,
that's where the question was going. Are
yeah.
you
No,
molding any of your children to be the next? But
well,
like all of Bob Marley kids, them pick up a mic and they can bang.
I won't say they want to. You understand? But at this moment, just as you say, they don't show that interest in music. For them, it's like, Daddy, why? It seems like it's very hard. Because you're always there, you're always there. And for them, oh, we're not going to fly, that's too far for fly. That's so, there's so much complaint now. But as you know, the younger we are, sometimes we tend to just play around with life.
Yeah.
My first daughter, I bring her in the studio one time already because she said, okay, she wanted to sing and she got a good vocal. When she started to sing on the rhythm, she have a good vocal and then she said, oh, Daddy, so you take me serious? That's what I want to do. I don't want to do music, I want to be a lawyer.
Right.
And so now she's in college,
Yeah.
she's doing law. So
Mm.
my son, he wanted to be a soccer player. So he's in school doing soccer. But about 6 months now, I see he start to play rhythms. So I buy him everything that he need to put it together and just observe it. You understand? And
Yeah.
he spend a lot of time. He play beats for me now. He play like 2 beats for me already. So when I ask him, yo, you think you're ready now? You know that I don't want nobody to hear nothing. So he's still like that, going through that shy, unsure phase. You understand?
Yeah. So I could call myself a B grade reggae superstar in Australia. Even though I've never had a hit song. But when I go to Jamaica, I don't even go near the mic because in Jamaica there are so many rich, talented youngsters and middle age and old people. What do you attribute that to? Like, why do you think there are so many vibrant, so many big voices coming out of Jamaica?
I think it's the love of music. You understand? You have many countries who they don't open to music like Jamaica. So you would say to somebody, Jamaica listen to soca music, pop music, rap music, disco music, techno music, gospel music. Jamaica listen to every kind of music, Afrobeat. So in many other countries, you might go and okay, this is their style of music that they listen to, and they might pick another. Like in America, most people listen to R&B and hip hop, and then you find a reggae crowd. That's it. But Jamaica, everything play. You understand? So I think that is something. So from your youth coming up, I grew up. My mama playing music, my uncle playing music, my grandfather played music, my auntie played. So everybody, you understand? If you realize it, Australia, listen how silent Australia become in the night. That's not that's kind of for a Jamaican, that's kind of weird. You understand? Because this is how Jamaica is. Okay, there's no party in Melbourne. Okay, we're going to tonight.
They're going to Geelong.
We're going to Geelong, right? So there's nothing in Geelong tonight, or we're going to Williamstown.
Yeah.
So this is how it is, and this is like night after night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, to Monday again. See, so with that, and then Jamaican is always trying something. So is either a man trying to sing, or he's trying to DJ, or he's trying to produce. So which in many other people, you might find somebody who is a great singer and they're from Australia, and you hear them sing and say, but you can't sing, and them say, no. I sing in my bathroom. Jamaican don't, they got that boldness.
No, but what I'm getting at though is that it's not that because some people like to sing, and they can't do it very well.
Yeah.
But in Jamaica, almost everybody can sing.
Yes, because it's a practice. It's like, remember we do it from we are youth. So then, you in Jamaica now, you find a man who is on the road, he's a taxi driver, but he's singing. So He's singing all his life, even though he's driving taxi. So when you hear him sing, you're gonna be like, he's a taxi driver. You understand? Because he's singing so much and practice becomes. So I think Jamaica is just a multi-talented place. You understand? We try so much that, as they say, if you try 10 things and you fail at 8, you must gonna be good at 2 or you're gonna get something. And I think that's one of the thing about our culture. We try. Remember now, we are the only person, only a Jamaican you're gonna meet and say, I want a plumber, and he's a plumber. But if he come to do your plumbing work and you like not work, he say, I'm an electrician too. See, if you're electric, if your car not starting, he say, oh, don't worry, man, I'm a mechanic too, man. See, so this is, it is not something like, even in America now, and a Mexican come and he's gonna help you fix your light, and you say, oh, I need a plumber. He say, oh, give me 1 minute. He take out his phone and he call the plumber. Jamaican ain't doing that. Jamaican is telling you, what's wrong with the pipe? Let me take a look. You understand? So I think it's the cultural way, is the way we think.
Yeah.
You understand? So we like to try first. We have to fail at trying. We don't like to say we fail and never try. And I think that is something in the culture that keep Jamaica multi-talented.
Yeah. No, I don't want to put you on the spot neither, but collaboration wise, is there an artist out there that you haven't worked with yet that you would see a time when you might collaborate with such person?
And I'm still open. There's a lot of artists that I love. I love their music. And there's a lot of young artists that I'm listening to right now that I love their style too. So I'm hoping. I don't want to just say one name, but I'm hoping.
You don't have to. You don't have to. We're gonna get some questions from the audience very soon. So if you're thinking of something that you'd like to ask Anthony B, we'll get to that. But tell us about this time in Australia. You seem, I mean, I've actually met you a couple of times before now, not necessarily work with you, but watch you on stage. And this time you seem like it's almost like you're relaxed here and feel at home.
I feel thank you very much for that. Big up yourself, Demus. Big up the family. Yeah, I feel comfortable. I'm here now, not just singing, but soaking up some of the Australian culture and learning a little more about Australia, observing a little more, watching a little more documents about Australia, reading a little more. So I think I'm in an observation mood also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. So tomorrow morning you're flying to Sydney.
Yeah.
I have a show in Sydney, and you want to have a family there at the Red Rattler Theatre. Make sure you check that out.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, Sydney.
And then back to Melbourne for the big Jamaican Music and Food Festival in Williamstown. I'm sure everybody here will be there for that. Why should they come and see you?
Well, if you've never seen an Anthony B show yet, you're missing something. Yeah. Simple as that. You're missing something. If you're a reggae lover, Anthony B is one of the performers you must see in your lifetime. Yeah, you must have this in your repertoire. This must be a part of your catalog. You must say, okay, at least one time I can stick, I watch Anthony B live. Yeah, so I would say it like that.
Yeah, and do you ever get tired on the stage? Because, man, I get tired watching it.
Well, tired is a word we don't try to put in our vocabulary, you know. Yeah, so put away Mr. Tired, you know. Yeah, so that's how we try to remain fit and eat right, think right, and live right. Because exercise is not just physical running up and down, but mental. Because sometimes your body can feel fit, but if your mind is not fit, then it play on your body also. So mental fitness is a part of physical fitness. You understand? And to maintain mental fitness and physical fitness, dieting is a very good thing. Because if you run up and down and you're thinking right, but you're not eating right, you still might end up at the same place that you're trying These are the three things I try to do:
Yeah.
diet right, think right, and physical move right.
Yes, I. So, I don't know if any one of you people here been to any of Anthony B's shows since he's been in Australia this time. But you do this a cappella thing, man, where you stop the music, there's no DJ music, and you get on the mic and you start a beat and you're clapping. And I can't follow you with the lyrics, brother. The man have lyrics, the man have lyrics with
Yeah,
this. What's the
Ba-
name of that song?
boxer rubbers,
All right.
Yeah, cause the ladies say them fed up of the flowers. They
Yeah.
want a box of rubbers. So
You want to give them a little piece?
yeah, you say coming off a tour, I stop and I buy a box of flowers. Cause you know you're coming home to mommy, so you're bringing home a bunch of flowers, nice bunch of roses. When you reach home, she said, "Why you bring flowers? I don't see you long time. You should bring a box of rubbers." See, so so it's called boxer rubber. She no want no flowers. She want feel up the Rasta powers. Mash it up, send it to Dr. Howard. She still want be one of the Rasta lovers. Boxer rubber, she no want no flowers. What? She want feel up the Rasta powers. Mash it up, send it to Dr. Howard. She still want be one of the Rasta lovers. Buggy, you remember this girl from Kingston? She does call me, say she want the king's son. Me drink some roots, me never drink rum. Me tell her the kitty she fi bring come. Now she a request the work no income. And she don't get test no symptom. Have me wipe but me still a get fling down. Put it on hard but rubbers and skin bun. Me book her inna the city some years back. Two stiff titty them time that she no wear locks. Have her inna the car over the gearbox. Have it 2 foot on the dashboard in a earmax. Whap it, she go on like she get beer back. Squeeze her throat, now she want get the beer back. Fi pop down, we no play that. So when you leave the bad man, you better wear black. I bring her box of rubber, she no want no flowers. What? She want feel up the Rasta powers. Mash it up, send it to Dr. Howard. She still want be one of the Rasta lovers. Is a box of rubber, she no want no flowers. What? She want feel up the Rasta powers. Mash it up, send it to Dr. Howard. She still want be one of the Rasta lovers. See? She got the kitty kitty every man a dream about. So me live up in a that like me dream house. No kissy kissy even though she have a clean mouth. Big boo make she ball and scream out. Man straight Rasta no go the lean road. She said me love it next she want be me queen now. She puff the chalice blow the weed out. She said tell Billy me a the real goat. Rasta no in a slackness, yeah? Full of girls so we
Wow.
yeah man, boxer rubbers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Big up, big up, big up. Bit
Yeah.
tired, bit tired.
Yeah man.
All right. So, anybody have a question anywhere in the audience? We have a little roving mic. We can.
Alright. Mommy's gonna pass around the mic.
Lick shot. I want to go on, sir.
Pull it.
Pull up.
Pull it.
Touch it. I think you can hear me all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Man, it's great to see you, and it's a beautiful thing to hear your story. So thank you for sharing with us. It's pretty special. Um, just kind of curious. My world's psychology, so I'm interested in what's going on in your head. And the question I have is, you've been a star for 30 years, and you've traveled the world, and you've impacted many of our lives, probably everybody in this room in some way, and millions of others. In that time, you probably learned a lot about yourself on that journey. Looking back over all those experiences you've had, what would be one thing that really stands out to you in those 30 years of life and experience, and being such a professional that you'd share?
Well, the first thing I would share is self-confidence. It helps to increase your self-confidence stronger than even if you have never left your country. So just growing up in Jamaica, yes, you're confident, you're a person full of confidence, but when you get to really go around the world and you get to see, what it teach you is that can you grow up and hear about how different people are. Because growing up all my life going to school, what they try to do is highlight the differences. I've never learned in education where they're trying to highlight the similarities. So that's what I learned by traveling. I learned of the similarities. that is not reflected in the educational system. You understand? So just by coming to Australia now, just like I was saying to my brethren, the Australian food tastes so much like the Jamaican food. You understand? In many ways, like, so you taste the avocado, I would say, okay, this come like an avocado that grow in Jamaica. You understand? So this is what I learned by traveling many years, is how similar we are, and how small the differences is. But growing up, that's what was highlighted. It was highlighted that we are miles apart. Where I am this, you are that, I'm this, you are that, and we are so different. But then, when everywhere you go, we have the same needs as human beings. We're fighting for the same causes. You understand? Everybody in Jamaica want to have peace, want to have a peaceful country, a peaceful community, and it's the same in Australia. People would like to work and be paid properly, get good health care, good incentive, and it's the same in Australia. So, and I think that's what I learned. That's what I would like to remind the world of, because it's not something you have to teach people. It is there. It is just sometimes to remind us that we are the same everywhere we go. Yeah. So, thank you very much.
Have we got another question?
Yeah, all good. I was just wondering, what do you think? I'm always at the ocean and that.
Yeah.
What do you think of the ocean? Like when you travel, do you like to go to the beach, swim,
Yes.
refresh? You know?
Yeah. My thing is, we must keep it clean.
Yeah.
It's because water, as I say, you want to know somebody who will treat you bad, look at the way they treat water. Understand? Anybody treat water bad won't treat a human being good, because this is one of the most vital elements we have. And if we treat it with disrespect, then why won't we disrespect another brother?
Hi. Yeah, thanks for coming, and
Thank you very
it's so nice to have you here. I've actually got two questions. One is if you work or you know Natalie Rise. I think she lives in Kingston. She's an
Natalie.
Australian. Oh,
Natalie is she Australian?
yeah,
She's
but
an Australian. Yeah.
Australian reggae artist.
Yeah, I know Natalie.
We don't have many women reggae artists here, but she's moved to
Okay,
Kingston.
big up Natalie Rice.
Yeah.
Bigger up.
Yeah, she's one of my, I
Yeah.
follow her quite closely. And my other question was around, I know Australia is a quiet country, like nightlife, and when people are in Jamaica and they grow up there, do people know how lucky they are with this culture, with this music, with this passion? Or do you think that it takes for people to see another culture or travel to really get that appreciation for how incredible and how influential Jamaica is?
Well, I would say a percentage of Jamaican recognize and know what we have, but a greater percentage don't recognize it until they go overseas. Like when I was growing up, my auntie tell me she never know about Bob Marley until she travel. You understand? So this is, we're talking about Bob Marley, and this is a Jamaican, and this is my aunt, and she said to me, I never know nothing about Bob Marley until I travel. So, and it's not just for Jamaica, but you see, in many farms, this is how we are as people. This is what I learned. The things that we have in plentiful, the things that we have a lot, we don't appreciate. You understand? So it's like if you ask many Jamaican, when last you go to the beach, why you know me don't know when last we got beach? Because the beach is right there. For them, the sun is right there, so they don't even want to go in the sun. But then, if you're in Europe, if you're in a country like that and you go to Jamaica, you don't want to come out of the sun because you know, okay, I'm here for a week. I'm gonna soak up all the sun for a week, because when I go back, I'm not gonna see this. So I think when somebody has something in a lot, they tend to not appreciate it like the person outside of it. Yeah.
Thank you. And can I quickly ask about how last night was in Geelong?
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice experience.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I'm happy. I'm happy to be here doing this because, as I say, we're here on a mission also. We're not just here to perform and sing, but we are here so to play our part. And these are the things that Bob Marley did that we can be proud of today. He went around the world like a missionary. You understand? It wasn't just big shows, it was face to face with the people, one to one, two to two, three to three. And that's how the numbers grow, you know. Yes, I'm happy. Yeah, thank you very
Any other question in the audience? While we get over there, when we were in Geelong last night, um, three different people came up to me and says, "It is so amazing to get an artist like Anthony B in Geelong because we just never see this, you know." And I have to give a big shout out to Always Live to who helped us to make sure that we could do that and take some reggae music into the regional parts of Victoria. So big respect for that. Question?
Hi, Anthony B. My question is, are you going to come back to Australia? And I'm also from Kenya, and we love you back in Kenya.
much. Thank you very much for coming out. Big up my Kenyan family. And am I gonna come back to Australia? I'm asking the promoter, you know. Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you that you're you're one of the easiest people to work with, and very respectful and very humble for such a superstar. And actually, I'm quite humble as well to be in your presence. So, any opportunity I get to bring you back to the people, I will be straight onto it.
Correct? Thank you very much. Yeah.
Hi. This is really generous of you to spend so much time with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me here.
My question is, well, to preface it, you've got so many bangers, you've got so many big tunes. How do you possibly choose when you're creating your set list? And which is the tune for you that you look forward to playing?
Well, as you said, what I try to do sometimes is feel a little from the place where I am. Because you don't want to set a set of songs and then people say, "Oh, you come to Melbourne and you didn't sing the four biggest song in Melbourne, you didn't sing the three biggest." So sometimes you try to get a little in from the promoter, you might get a little from the street, but we have different set of song lists that we put together. You understand? And I'm looking forward for you to have fun Saturday night. And I hope I sing your favorite song. I hope your favorite song is on the song list. You know? Yeah, thank you.
Any other?
Hi. My question is, what advice would you give to somebody who's wanting to enter the music industry um, as an artist, as a DJ? What is the single or couple of important pieces of advice?
Well, my first advice will be to you that know that music is not an easy road. It might look easy, cause for many people, oh, you hold a microphone, you say some things, and that's it. No, it's not an easy road, and the harder part of it is the journey to get to the success that you want. You understand? And my next thing I would say to you is, whatsoever you're doing in music, make sure it got longevity. That means it is something that 10 years from now you can be proud that you did it 10 years ago. Don't just do something for the moment, the spur of the moment, because in music, many times we got artists who come for a month. We don't hear about them again. I hear, we don't hear again, man. So because as my mama used to say to me, music don't have retirement. So if you're gonna do something and you plan to retire on it, make sure what you do is so important that when it's time for you to retire, the people are still talking about what you did. You understand? So I will tell you to do so, and that's why we do conscious music, because when you sing about life, it never changes. reality, it continues. It's a continuation. But if I sing about BlackBerry, now none of these kids know a BlackBerry. They know iPhone. So this is how things drop out of favor because you're gonna sing about something that's just for a moment. But if you sing about life, it's continuation because I want to be loved, my child want to be loved, and their child that is not even born yet want to be loved. So that's a topic that generation to come will stay with those kind of topics. So make sure what you're saying is important to life, is essential, and is necessary, and it's positive because that's what live on. Negativity is just for a moment, you know. Thank you, bro.
Anyone else? We got a question over here.
Hello. Sorry. When and how did you become a Rasta, and what does it mean to you?
Well, I become a Rastaman at about age, 12, 13. I start to think about it, becoming a Rastafarian. As I say to you, Peter Touch was my hero. But then my mama is a Christian lady who grew me to read the Bible. So growing up reading the Bible now, trying to understand the Bible, the Bible say the Son of God is Christ. And for him to be holy, he got to take a vow called the Nazarite vow. So he got to let the locks of his ear. So that's the first thing that grabbed me, like what? So Christ in the Bible had locks. Because that's what the Bible says. You understand? So that's the first thing that opened my eye. Getting to meet a Rasta, as I said, my neighbor was an elder Rasta man. I started to reason with him now to find out if what he's saying and what the Bible is saying. And he's saying to me, yeah man, it's go deeper man. And so I would say being a Rasta man is out of the Bible. You understand? And growing myself culturally. Then I get to find out about the Rastafarian movements now. And every Rastaman I know was an independent human being. That means he's not a police, he's not a soldier, he don't work for the government. There is no establishment in the country that employ him, but he's surviving. Many of the time, he's the man who sell the food in the community. So everybody wants something, they go to him. He's the man who sell the herbs in the community. Everybody go to him. The little girls used to do like they call hairstyle, and they do like gel makeup. So he's the man who run he's the one who everybody in the community depend on. But he don't work for nobody. So he started teaching me what is called self-sufficiency. So for me, this man is more fascinating than any other human being I know in my country. So growing up as a youth, this is the first thing that fascinates me about a Rasta man. Oh, this man's so resourceful. How is he so independent? Oh, he survived. So that's my first fascination. Understand? Then as I say, Peter Touch is my hero. So it's a lot of things. And then when I get the teaching now of, because Ras is an Ethiopian word for head. Like you say king in Australia. That means in Ethiopia you say Ras. Not a king, you say Ras. So Ras is the head. Farai is Tafari Makonnen. This is the name of Emperor Haile Selassie at birth. And he was given that name, which meaning power of the Trinity. So this is how it all come together. Rastafari, understand, which is the head of Ethiopia, Haile Selassie, which is Tafari. And this is how it come together. Rastafari. Understand? So being a Rastafarian, I'm a follower of the Rastafarian movement. Because we see Christ not as a bald man. Because there is no word in the Bible. Or there is no part in the Bible. There is no verse that say Christ had a barber. Or he ever trim his hair or trim his locks. Then the Bible come and tell us that the strongest man is Samson. This is another man now that for him to be strong, he got to let his locks grow. And the Bible is not just saying hair, it's saying Locks, locks. So it is specifically telling you what you must let go. So this is where Rastafarian philosophy is from. It's from the Bible. Yeah, man. Rastafari.
Teachings, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Australian journey is. You got a question over there? Give me 1 minute. One more minute. It's coming, you know, to an end. What what is on the horizon for Anthony B?
Well, I'm joyful to be here in Australia. I'm happy I'm here. Our next stop is gonna be where? Seattle, Washington. Yeah, so we're going to West Coast, America. Yeah, and this Christmas we're gonna be in Italy. So I don't really, I've never really do Christmas shows, but this year I'm doing Christmas show, Boxing Day show, and for the New Year's we might be in Cape Verde Island.
Oh,
Yeah, so 29th of December, 30th of December, we'll be in Cape Verde Island. Yeah, so that's the whole plan, and planning now for January, we finish up a new album already. So all we got to do now is do mixing, mastering. So we're gonna do like listening session now and choose a single and choose the track list which songs is gonna make on the album. And so that's what we're looking forward to for early January morning. We want to make sure we have an album out.
the work continues.
Yes.
I have a question in the back there.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Danica. I just want to say thank you so much for it's such an honor and a treat to share this time tonight with you. I've seen you many times over the course of years, and you always throw such a badass party. It's so great. But you also, like you say, you know, I love your message and the conscious music that you bring. And I guess I just wanted to ask you, what is, like, if you had to like drill down your main message that you want to bring to everybody, what would that be?
That the earth is the garden of the Almighty. And any one of us as people make a garden. We don't make a garden with one color flowers in that garden because we would say it is boring. That's not beautiful. So I look at the Almighty just like us, a person with a sense of humor. So he create this garden which is the earth and he beautify it with us, each different color flowers. So I look at this is how I look at humanity. We're all different color flowers. You're purple, you're red, you're blue, you're white, you're pink, you're black. But look at the functionality, and then we know we're all one because the functionality is the same. It's like saying a car. Oh, that's a Benz, that's a Lexus, that's but the functionality. It's a car. So it's the same way I look at us. So my message is just for us to realize that we're all one and we're all here on this planet Earth taking the test. And the test is for us to realize without each other, there is no us. None of us is gonna separate from the oneness and be a winner. Everybody who separate from the oneness is a loser. So that's what we're here for. We're here on this earth, and our mission here is to work out that we are one. Doesn't matter if you're Japanese, Chinese, Indian, white, pink, black, don't matter where you're from. So not until so it's like we keep going back to grade one. You go to school, you take the grade one test, you fail. You can't go to grade two. You take the grade one test, you fail. You can't go to grade two. And you've been doing this for millions of years. So for me, the one test the Almighty give us is for us to show that we can live together as people on the planet as one, with the animal, with the plants, with the insect, with the bird, and see us. Because it's one ecosystem, you know. It's just ego and greed make people try to tell other people, oh, you're better, oh, you're this, you're that, no, because nobody on the earth is richer, because none of us bring nothing here, and none of us leave with nothing. What we come here and do is partake of what is here. So it doesn't matter how much diamond you got, you never bring it here. You never born with it. How much gold you got, you never born with it. Nobody born with a piece of land. It's all here. So we can only partake of this amazing and beautiful world. So it's time for us to accept our limitation and accept that because of this limitation, we need the cow. Because of this limitation, we need the grass. Because of this limitation, we need the sky. So it is that limitation that let us connect to each and every part of the universe. So my message would be just is for us to wake up now, and it's too long now for us. We've been fighting against this mission for millions of years now. Why keep fighting? And it's the truth. In every religion, in every country, in every corner that I have traveled, all I see is the similarities. No one can point me the difference. You understand? So my message is just let's wake up, man, and live as one, man. And I think that's the same message Bob Marley realized after many years, that one love, one heart. You understand? And many people might spend many times, many years of their younger age fight, and when they get to that elder age, they start to accept it that, whoa, we are really one. So my message would be, we are one. And it's time for us to start living as one. Blessed, give thanks.
People are talking about you now, like all over this planet. In like 100 years, there is what people might call a legacy. But what do you want people to remember and say about Anthony B?
This man was fighting to bring us together. If I want to be remembered for anything, that's what I want to be remembered for. This was one of the men who was fighting to bring us as people and as humanity together. Because there is no other fight. All the other fight is against. And as I say, it's time for us to stop fighting against ourselves. You understand? So that's what I would like to be remembered. This Anthony B was a man, say to your children, this is one of the men that was fighting to bring us together. You never care about your color, your race, your class, nor where you're from. You understand?
Yeah. Yes, brother. Well, thank you so much for spending this time with us, and I'm sure the people who are here appreciate your time, and it was nice to kind of like just talk with you and hear your story that we never get to hear in other records.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man. I'm truly grateful to be here, man. Understand? And there's a reason, because they say there's a reason for every season, and there's a reason for everything underneath the sun. So there's a reason for us being here tonight, and we can make this reason become more important by spreading that energy, share that same vibration, leave the room with that same mindset. Well, we are one, I believe in that. Understand? I see that, and I know that that's what the mission is about, for us to live as one.
Thank you, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Anthony B.
Blessings, rude boy. There.
Thank everyone for coming out. Have a wonderful night, safe journey, and I don't want to hear nothing change from tonight, okay? Thank you very much.
And Daphne is going to play some music for us, so stick around if you like to. It's a pleasure to have you here, so please stay if you like.
Drop it like a bomb.